Welcome, everybody, to the graduation ceremony for the graduating class of 2020. Yay! Congratulations. I will start tonight with the land acknowledgement. We acknowledge the land out of respect for the Indigenous nations who cared for and continue to care for Turtle Island, what we call North America, far before the arrival of settler peoples. But most importantly, because we acknowledge that the history of these lands has been tainted by poor treatment of and a lack of friendship with the First
Yeah, I
Nations who
think
call
so.
this
It's just
land home.
an
This
acknowledgement,
history
first
is
of all.
something
A lot
we
of
are all
presentations,
affected by. We are
a
all
land
Treaty people
acknowledgement
in
for
Canada, and we all have a shared history to reflect on. Although each of us is affected by that history in different ways, our past defines our present. But if we move forward as friends and allies with Indigenous peoples, then it does not have to define our future. So we'll start the night off with Dr. Kay, our Dean of Education here at Ontario Tech.
Okay, so as Robin said, I am Dr. Robin Kay. I'm a professor and the interim dean in the Faculty of Education here. Before I start, I wanted to give a big thank you to Robin Berg-Rosen and Cheryl Simmons for helping to organize this event. Both of these wonderful individuals are extremely dedicated to the graduate program, as you know, and they wanted to make sure that you had, at the very least, a virtual graduation experience, understanding that we'll be working on an in-person event when it is possible to run one. Now, before I start, I would like you to bring up your chat and be patient with me. What I would like you to do is type in 3 words about how you're feeling. Now, don't hit enter, just type in the 3 words, and then when I say hit enter, we'll all do it at once. All right, I'm gonna do a countdown. 1, 2, 3, enter. Nice, accomplished for sure. I like the emojis, that's great. Imbibed, nice, accelerated. All right, thank you. And the second task I will have you do before I speak is I would like you to write this is a tougher one, what you most remember, or what's a memorable thing about the M.Ed or M.A program or the diploma program. What's one thing that sort of sticks in your memory? And I'll give you a few seconds to think about that. All right, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, enter. Nice. Interviews from India. Cool. Hard work. Bill Hunter's wiki. My first class. Well, remembering you, Bill. Good professor. Sleepless nights. Say it isn't so. Nice. All right. Thank you. Okay. I have a few brief remarks. First of all, I am in awe of you, our students. I hope that you are very proud of yourselves. I know that we are. You've completed a truly rigorous program. Many of you work full or part and full-time jobs. Many of you have families and numerous other responsibilities, and yet you have persevered, thrived, and succeeded. I completed my master's degree full-time, and I found that challenging. And I can only imagine the patience and tenacity that you required to complete your degree. And I am truly in awe of what you have done. Second, I am fully convinced that you are the future of education. This is a unique program, unlike most universities around the world. Our virtual classroom experience is unique, is very challenging and demanding. You have grown and developed many skills. You are technologically savvy, to be sure. You're problem solvers. You're collaborators. You're definitely creative, and you're adaptable. And your work over the past 2 to 3 years have been nothing short of inspiring for many of our faculty and for the rest of the students. And for these reasons, I know that you're the future of education. And finally, on behalf of the faculty, I want to thank you. I don't know all of you, but I have had the sincere pleasure of teaching some of you. I know all of our faculty feel the same way. everyone loves to teach in the graduate program because of our incredibly interesting and engaging students. I was excited to work with you in every class to listen, learn, and grow together with you. And honestly, sometimes I was not clear on who was the student and who was the teacher. I learned a lot from the collective you who came from so many walks of life, so many different locations, so many different vocations. I truly believe our diversity has made us very strong. You ask great questions, you create, discover, and explore and push us. You inspire us, you ignite passion, you make us better educators. And when I see what you have become, I get to have that amazing warm feeling of believing that I made a small difference in your lives and that we made a small difference in your lives. So thank you so very much for that. I offer sincere congratulations to all of you. You have our heartfelt respect and admiration, and I truly hope that our paths will continue to cross in the future.
This is so lame. But yeah, so after I told them, I was like, because I told them I had a boyfriend. So when I was talking to you, I think I was just seeing him. I don't know, was that over 2 weeks ago? Yeah. So then I didn't tell Chris at first because you know how he is. And then I finally told him, he's like, I don't get it. Like, you're all over the place. Confused. And then I don't know. And then then like he's like, oh, do you have any like friends you can hook me up with? And I'm like, sure. Yeah. So I like sent him my friend's Instagram.
Okay, thank you for watching, and I see that Dr. Stephen Murphy is our keynote speaker, and I will let, it is quite an impressive list of graduates, quite an impressive list of accomplishments. I will let Stephen Murphy talk to the group. Dr. Stephen Murphy, thank you so much for joining us.
Great, thank you so much for having me. I feel a real privilege to have watched that and gotten to know even a portion of you. Thank you for that. I feel like I have to tell a funny story because I came in late and had a bit of a long day, not about me, but was struggling with the technology. And then when I did get in, I did hear a hot mic and it felt like I was in the wrong place and somebody was discussing their boyfriend or something funny. And that's just the joys of technology. And I'm happy to be here with you. So I'm glad that we can all have fun, and I got to see a little bit about you. Let me congratulate you on the feat of accomplishing your master's. That's a phenomenal accomplishment. I know that your teachers, college professors, some of your administrators, others are in healthcare, others are in IT, amongst many, many, many other professions and many other ways that we can use you as effectively across our society and our globe. And it's a really, really bright future. And looking at your quotes and looking at who you are, I just get a glimpse of that. But I know this is an extremely special program and an extremely important degree for your career. So congratulations on that. I also know that many of you work full-time, many of you have families, and despite that, you've made it to get through an extremely challenging program. I couldn't be more proud of our Faculty of Education, and as you know, our professors take what they do and our staff take what they do extremely seriously, which means they push you. And at the end of being pushed so hard, there's nothing quite like the joy of being able to celebrate that you've accomplished something big. And let me tell you, you have. And the only thing better than this would be to be able to do this in both person and in virtual worlds. And one day we will do so. I think that you've grown into great critical thinkers. I know that. I know that from talking to grads at all levels. So I know that you have in terms of your master's degree. And you've become experts in something that's so important, and that's how to integrate technology into learning in so many different varieties of how learning takes place right across the spectrum of society. That is so crucial. It's crucial whether you're a teacher or a college professor, but it's crucial for society in terms of how we learn right across the globe. If the pandemic taught us anything, it's that, you know, while people were segregated and while we were self-isolating, there were so many of us that were thirsting to learn more. And to do so, we had to, of course, turn to online mechanisms. And to know that I'm speaking to so many people who have already implemented such great ideas and will implement so many more for a world that is thirsting for that kind of education and self-improvement. And I think that if anybody understands that education provides a leg up to any segment of society in any society, it's this group. And so I'm extremely proud that you're going to go out as leaders and keep on implementing things that actually change our society for the better, because education can indeed be one component in the great equalizer. I know that you have many of you are already leaders. Leadership is always in my mind about the approach you take in life and much less about the position you hold. So please go out into the world and continue what you're doing. Own your space, and by that I mean who you are and your approach, your unique approach to what you think is most effective in learning in your particular point of view in your world, because that is a unique gift you give as professors and as teachers and as instructors. Each one of us has a personality, and sometimes we're not as easy to let that shine. And I promise you that no matter what sector you come from, your students will benefit from the fact that your personality shines. So thank you for having me with you tonight. Thank you for putting up with the fact that I was late, and congratulations on a really important milestone. I couldn't be more proud to be here with you tonight and celebrating with you. Thanks very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Murphy, for the wonderful words to this very special graduating class. The next thing that we have on our list are the awards, and this is new for our faculty, and we hope that we will continue this at each graduation. Congratulations, everybody. And so with the first group of awards, Dr. Robin Kay will be announcing them. You will be receiving a certificate in the mail. We would love to give it to you in person, but some of you are a little, although I'd still love to give it in person, maybe Malta at some point, but I don't know if we'll make it. All right, Dr. Kay, go ahead.
Okay, I have been asked to announce the Academic Achievement Awards, and that's for the highest GPA. And there are 3 areas: the MA, the M.Ed, and the Graduate Diploma. For the Masters of Arts, there was a tie, and Melissa Bishop and Heather McTavish are the award recipients. Congratulations. For the M.Ed, the award winner is Tim Bahula. So congratulations, Tim. And for the Graduate Diploma, the Academic Achievement Award goes to Phil Hosmar. I hope I pronounced that right, or Hosmar.
Thank you so much, Dr. Kay. Congratulations to everybody. The next award that we have is the Tech Award, and Dr. Roland van Oostveen will be announcing that award.
It's my extreme pleasure to be able to present this award to somebody that I worked with quite closely. The paper that was produced was into providing support for the efficacy of the fully online learning community model by examining communication between participants within a series of recorded online focus groups, and by investigating the behaviors that were undertaken by the participants. A coding system based on body language expressions was proposed as an outcome of the study, and the affective domain of the participants were analyzed through facial expressions, body language, and content. And I know that Ufuk spent a lot of time working on this particular project, and I think it'll have lots of legs as we go forward from finishing off the M.Ed project and moving into publishing, etc. Way to go, Ufuk. Very good work. Thank you.
Congratulations. And we also have an EDI award, Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion Award, to which Dr. Bill Hunter will be presenting that award.
Hi. Before presenting the award, I'd like to just say congratulations to all of you and repeat what you've already heard. This is one very impressive group. In fact, it reminded me of one of the famous scholars of the Worldwide Wrestling Federation, Leaping Lanny Poffo, but I don't really want to quote from Lanny Poffo this evening. I do want to quote from his brother. Some of you may remember Leaping Lanny's brother, who was Randy Macho Man Savage. And what he said was, "Oh yeah!" And that's what you should feel tonight. Oh yeah. Also like to take a second to not just congratulate the other award winners, and including Ufuk, but to say to Ufuk, this might be the last late night you spend at UOIT, so good for you. Now, the winner of the Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion Award was Stephen Logue. I'm not going to go into detail about the project that Stephen did to win this award. The thing that stood out when Stephen was in my class, 2 things stood out. One, his papers were honest and took on challenging issues. He took them on with a certain amount of I have to say, braveness. He wasn't afraid to be critical. Um, the other thing that stood out in his work was the titles of all of his papers. There's always something creative, always something interesting in the titles. And that's true for his project as well. The title of his project will tell you much of what it was about. The title was When You Can't See the Forest for the Trees, Roots of Racial Inequities in the Justice System. What an appropriate topic for this day. So thank you, Stephen, for taking a leadership role in addressing that question, for addressing it in the context of data and analytics and their impact in the world of equity, diversity, and inclusion. So congratulations, Stephen.
Congratulations to everybody so far, and everybody in general. I get to announce the last awards, and that is contribution to the faculty. What we did is we sent emails to faculty members, to your professors, and we asked them to suggest people who helped out in their classes, volunteered, helped their peers, was very active, made it significant contributions within their classes. And we have a list of names who we'd like to recognize. Jamila Bentham, Jennifer Casa-Todd, Shannon Gould, Greg King, and Lindsay Wilson. So congratulations to all of you. And thank you so much for your contributions to the faculty. The last thing that we have on our list, and then if you would like, we could have a group discussion and open the floor up if people would like to share at the end. But I'd like to give some closing remarks. I want to thank everybody for coming. I remember also as a graduate student that I couldn't do it without the support around me, and that support was family, that support was friends, that support was colleagues and peers. And it is entirely significant and huge that we've packed this Zoom room with not only our graduates, but all the people that have supported our graduates. And everybody should get a congratulations, not just the graduates, but all the supporters and everybody around should a huge congratulations on all that you've accomplished, because it's never just one person that accomplishes something. It's a whole group of people. You have succeeded in places that, as your professor is teaching in these courses, I was quite shocked. You have day jobs, you have families, you have all these things pulling you in so many different directions, and yet you showed up to class engaged, interested, curious, thoughtful, intellectual, and I don't know how you did it. I don't know how you did it. And I am quite in awe of all that you were able to do with all that is on your plate. I cannot let this night go, though, before doing one thing that is extremely, extremely important. I have to thank somebody that is integral to all of us. I have to thank Cheryl Simmons. She is the most important person in our graduate faculty. Without Cheryl, nothing would happen. Nothing. I'm not joking. Absolutely nothing. But not only does she make everything happen, not only does she answer everybody's questions, not only does she orchestrate, I've never heard her complain once, ever. She does everything with a smile, with help, offering to help more when we need it, and we would not function without her. So thank you, Cheryl, for orchestrating and doing everything that you do, everything that I know that you do, and everything that thankfully I don't know that you do because you've taken care of it before I need to know about it. And so, Cheryl, you really are the queen of the night, and thank you for everything. And that ends the official part of the agenda tonight, but we would like to open it up if anybody would like to share anything at all, any of their experiences?
I just would like to thank everyone. It's been an amazing journey, and every moment of it was worth it, as I've mentioned before. And yeah, just want to thank everyone.
And I'd just like to say a thank you. I have my wonderful husband here beside me who's trying to hide from the camera. And my mom and my dad and my stepmom are all signed in on this Zoom call. I've seen all of their names. So thank you to all of them. And I'm just really excited that everybody has learned how to use Zoom because of all of the recent events in the world. So they could all be here because I'm in Thunder Bay. So it's highly unlikely that I would have come to a traditional ceremony. So this is a wonderful opportunity for me to be able to celebrate with everyone. And for those of you who are familiar, hi, it's really nice to see you and congratulations. And thank you, especially to Bill Hunter, who was my first teacher in my first class in the program and made all the difference for me developing some confidence that I could actually do this in an online environment as not really a spring chicken anymore. So thank you very much.
I'm going to jump on, and I just want to thank everybody at the faculty, everyone I've worked with in classes. I know I haven't worked with everyone, but it was truly a wonderful experience. I know sometimes we struggled through it and we're like, oh, this is a mess, especially in our last class when we learned about curriculum and how things fall apart. And, you know, you just have to work, like you work collaboratively with everyone, and you just kind of put the pieces together and you work through everything. Every experience has helped me. It's taught me so much in life, and I'm going to truly miss everyone. Being with the Ontario Tech for the last 4 years was just amazing, and all the technology I've learned throughout the years has really helped me, and I know I'll be able to use everything I've learned in my future. Thank you to everybody, all the faculty, all the students. Thanks.
I'm going to jump on too. Hopefully everyone can hear me properly. So nice to see some familiar faces. I was a student, and I was also a TA and a research assistant in the last year or so. So it's nice to see faculty members that either taught me or I had the pleasure to work with. Roland, you're the reason I stayed in the program. So I was about to drop out in my first month of my first course, and I remember the first paper I submitted coming back into the master's after 7 or 8 years after my undergrad. I forgot how to write a paper, and so the very first thing I submitted did not even have a title page. And Roland very kindly reminded me that a graduate paper should have a title page. So I definitely stuck to my title pages after that. Bill Muirhead, you were the first person I worked with in Ontario Tech in the first course that I TA'd. And I remember when you asked me if I have previous experience or how many courses I've TA'd, and I'm like, this is my first one. And I was like saying it, and I'm like, this is my first one. So thank you so much for all the patience, and I learned a lot from you just by the way you were. Joe Stokes. So it was nice to connect recently on LinkedIn, and even though your course should have been one of the first courses I took in the program, ended up being one of the last ones. I had kind of my situation was flipped around, but thank you so much for being so approachable and open and welcoming for students to approach you within class after graduation. So thank you very much. And it's so nice to see so many familiar faces, students who we were in the classroom together. And apparently I was a fun person in the breakout rooms. I don't know what I did in the breakout rooms, but I'm glad I'm remembering that way. Thank you all very much. It was a great experience.
Hello, everybody. Thanks, Besma. Nice to see some of the people that I have TA'd with, and Bill and Bill. It's really wonderful to see you guys again. I feel like I Hey, I feel like for me, I defended my thesis last August, so it's really nice to have the celebration, and I just wanted to thank you all and wish everyone the best. So congratulations to everyone, and thank you so much to all the faculty for all your amazing support. It's been wonderful to be in this program. Thank you.
I would just like to say it's taken me 5 years to finish this. I don't know if you remember this, Bill Hunter, but on Halloween night, I slipped at work and I came to my computer and everything was a blur. And so I had a concussion and I was out for probably 10 months. So I really, really appreciate your support as I tried to reintegrate back and take your course again and again. I will never forget the grace that you gave me. And Robin, thank you for putting up with me through project into thesis, and you still answer my emails now. And it's so wonderful to see some of my peers as well. And I just want to say congratulations. And I just feel so grateful and so blessed to have been part of this.
I'll just say quickly, hello everyone, and congratulations to all of you. And I just want to say that it's so great. Some of you, I feel like I'm meeting you for the first time after years of corresponding, talking on the phone, through email, whatever. That's the one downfall of supporting an online program, is that I don't get to meet many of you until the very end of it. But I just wanted to say congratulations. It's been a pleasure working with all of you. And I'm really happy for you all and excited. So I'm glad that you were able to come tonight.
Like, how do you keep us all straight? You always seem to know everything. It was awesome.
You're all far too kind, but thank you.
I'm going to thank everybody so much for coming tonight. Thank you so much for being awesome students. We are quite proud that you are our graduates and that you now we're your alma mater. And we wish you all the best and hope to see you again. Hope you keep in touch and know that Ontario Tech is always your home. So come back, come and visit us and tell us how you're doing and what you're doing. We look forward to all the great things that you're going to be doing.